What about you, Timmy's here? Since this month I'm doing my reviews for horror films, I did sort of just did my review for Poltergeist 2, and of course the same year I did my review for the original Poltergeist. So I'm just cleaning up the franchise and doing my review for Poltergeist 3. Now, Poltergeist 3, which maybe is the weakest out of the franchise, but it is still really decent film like effort in the trilogy. Although I always find it odd that they never really gave it an official title, they just called it Poltergeist 3, which, okay, odd right there. But Poltergeist 3 is a really cool way to end this to pretty much end this trilogy in a high note. If you guys don't know much about the story here, you once again have the late Heather Rock, and sadly, this was her final feature before she sadly passed away at the age of 12. And here you have Heather Rock, who plays Carolyn, who essentially lived in Chicago with her uncle Bruce, played by Tom Skerritt, and aunt Pat, played by Nancy Allen. But of course, once again, that doesn't really mean that she's escaped the apparitions that have haunted her, in the past. And when she starts like experiencing terrifying, visions, that her school psychologist pretty much believes that they're figments of her imagination. But this also becomes hard to believe when Ghost's foe starts inhabiting the mirrors in her relatives' high-rise apartment. And this movie is actually was directed and written by Gary Sherman, who of course ended up replacing Toby Hooper, of course replacing Brian Gibson. He's nowhere near as good as Toby Hooper, but I thought he did a really decent job with this. Heather Rock really like gone way too soon. She really nailed this character, like one of the most terrific horror performances by a child in film history. I mean, she like embodies this character perfectly. She plays his creepy aspects really well. When she gets creeped out and stuff, and of course, if this time around you don't really have like the A and the original cast members except for Zelda Rubinstein's character. But you do get folks like Laura Flynn Boyle pops up in this. You do get Nancy Allen, Tom Skerritt. Got some really cool some really cool supporting players. I never understood why. I think it's because maybe Craig T. Nelson was probably busy with maybe Coach probably at the time. I think that probably it. I can never understand why Craig T. Nelson and Joe Beck never returned. But yeah, this is definitely a really is even as creepy as maybe not as creepy as the original, but definitely has some creepier aspects here. Uh, it's a really decent a really decent way to end the trilogy off. It's really cool that they didn't really milk the cow by doing Poltergeist 4, Poltergeist 5. This thing would probably just been milked if they kept doing that. But yeah, Poltergeist 3 was a really cool way to end this trilogy off perfectly. This is definitely a really decent film. I mean, it didn't really do so great at the box office, though. It only made 14.1 million at the box office and came out around on June 10th, 1988. So made a little less than the first two, but it is a really decent film, in my opinion. I mean, it definitely has some yeah, the script is a little bit weak. There are some not so great jump scares, but definitely does have some really cool, visuals here, some cool acting performance by Heather O'Rourke. Like I said, in her final performance. So I'd say if you guys haven't seen Poltergeist 3, definitely go. I mean, this is a really cool franchise to check out. I mean, just check out ones and because they are really cool, creepy flicks. So anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen Poltergeist 3? If so, what's up? Are you a fan of it? Not a fan of it? Out of all three Poltergeist movies, which one is even your favorite? Um, Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon sign out.